shall meet me halfway. I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. Make a mess, be a man. If it's hard, pretend. I'm not that girl. No, I'm not that girl. You should know. I don't give in till I'm floored. Put your feelings aside. Give that wild side a try. Let's not hide. No one does it better. Put your feelings aside. Throw yourself out in the night. Let's not hide. Let's not hide. But I don't wanna be like you. I don't wanna do the things you do. Come this way and ride with me. Ride with me. Ride with me. Put your feelings aside. Give that wild side a try. Let's not hide. No one does it better. Put your feelings aside. Throw yourself out in the night. Let's not hide. Let's not hide. No, I'm not that girl. No one does it better. I'm not that girl. No one does it better. No, I'm not that girl. But I don't wanna be like you. I don't wanna do the things you do. Come this way and ride with me. Ride with me. Ride with me. Put your feelings aside. Give that wild side a try. Let's not hide. No one does it better. Put your feelings aside. Throw yourself out in the night. Let's not hide. Let's not hide. No, I'm not that girl. No one does it better.
Samantha Irving is out. Lillian Garcia is in. It's been a news-heavy day so far today, y'all. What's going on? Third video up today alone for me. I dropped a Samantha Irving mic drop when that news broke a couple hours ago, and then we just finished watching a Saturday Night's Main Event episode for the members, and now we're here watching Monday Night Raw, big title defense for Jey Uso tonight, and apparently the return of Lillian Garcia, who apparently WWE had on standby, which makes me think that the Samantha Irving departure didn't catch them completely off guard. They weren't completely blindsided by this. I speculated in the mic drop that she showed up to TV today and informed them of what she wanted to do when they let her go, but it sounds like this might have been in the works because I don't know how they would get Lillian back so quick, and now there are reports that she's back full time. So you don't just achieve all of that in a couple of hours. You know, this probably has been in the works for a little bit of time. And today's the day that Samantha announced that she is leaving WWE. Ricochet says that she's not coming to AEW, but we don't know if that's the case or not. I mean, if anybody would know, he would, but he also might be trying to cool down rumors. We just don't know yet. So it's an ongoing situation, but unfortunately, the WWE has lost one of my favorite ring announcers of all time. And even though she's a musician and she has albums out and she sings and she does other things, I really don't want to lose her, you know, as a wrestling announcer. As long as she's somewhere doing her thing somewhere, it's kind of what I want. But we'll see how it goes. But anyway, happy Monday. I think it might be a short run for Jey tonight. Based on what we saw last Friday, I feel like the Bloodline could show up here, cost them the match. We'll see if that match is going to be the main event. I think it is. Or if it possibly opens the show, we don't know. 2-hour Raw tonight should be fun. Hope you guys are having a good Monday today. I'll get to my shout-outs and everything in just a minute. Let me just get my USA Network pulled up. It's been a busy day. I had 2 watch-alongs planned, and then when the Samantha Irving story broke, I wanted to get up and get a video on that too, and I still had to eat lunch and that type of thing. So I've been all over the place today. So we are now here to watch Raw. Hey, I think I've seen this episode before Raw once before, where this judge gets carted off. I think I've seen this one. Don't watch the show, but I think I've seen this episode. Rock and roll. All right, we are finishing up Law and Order, at least on my TV. We are. Yeah, shit, I haven't even put on any television. What are the games tonight? Help me out. All right, let's get it. Let's get to Raw. Yo, Kevin. What's up, man? Good to see you. Much love to you, Greg, with it being October 1st. October, the first pay-per-view that comes to mind is Halloween Havoc. Just curious as to some of your favorite Halloween Havoc matches. Ray and Eddie. Might be my favorite. And that, I don't know, maybe Goldberg DDP is pretty good. It's not bad. There's some crazy one. 93, right? Cactus Vader. That's another one. So we're back in Philly tonight. Ironically, the city where Samantha Irvin could barely get out her announcement of Cody Rhodes winning the championship is now not in the company anymore. That was a tear. Yeet City, Philadelphia. Oh, you're going to be like that? You're going to be that babyface? Wear the town's team shit into the arena? I had to make my own blue IC title. I just kind of colored around the outside of the belt there to try to make that more accurate. What is this? Oh, not this thing. Ugh. Oh, no, this is to be the one for the women? Look at them polishing it. Oh, it's so stupid. Look at the dude has to, like, approve it. Okay, that's good. Close the lid now. That's a championship belt. That's what we were looking for. What the fuck is this? Hi, Maxine. Dominic's on the WrestleMania truck. Ray making fun of his mustache. Yeah, Bronson Reed are definitely going to have... Whoa! Here comes Seth. I was going to say, and Seth Rollins are going to have a run-in. I guess they're going to have a run-in right now. But why is everybody arriving to the building right now? This should be like footage from earlier on in the day when they're arriving, not live. Here comes Rollins, probably coming out to the ring. Oh man, Dodgers or Yankees for the World Series? I honestly don't care. I might root for the Yankees, to be honest. Dodgers fans are kind of assholes. I live down here. I live in Southern California. Yankees fans are... they aren't, you know, a beacon of politeness and mental stability either, but I don't really care who wins. Well, Rollins attacks Bronson in the back and then comes to the ring and wants to fight. And Adam Pearce is like, hell no, man. We've got the run sheet and you ain't it. Oh, God, who's... Oh, here comes Reed. I mean, we're going to have to do this at Crown Jewel. I'm assuming that Adam Pearce is going to get on the microphone right now. Seth with the dive, starting off with a brawl on Monday Night Raw. Nothing wrong with that, right? Who's this guy? Oh, that's the security. I'm like, who's this guy running in? Is that Dante Martin? No, that's security. Well, this isn't going to work. These schmucks aren't going to be able to... Here we go. Yeah, big DVD. Did Bronson get tagged in the mouth? He might be bleeding. I'm not sure. Oh, right off the bat. We just started the show. I want to get a shot of the timekeeper's area. Is Lillian out there? Don't even see Lillian. Oh, no. He's going to... They love this little area, don't they? They always do shit over here. Oh, no. Tsunami through the table. Come on, do it. Please do it. Missed. That one side of the table shot up 20 feet. Oh, so good. Well, that... Oh, no, there's Lillian. I see her. She got out of Dodge. Oh, it's so good to see Lillian back. I hate them censoring the crowd chants. It's so annoying. Carnage.
This is absolutely outrageous. Bronson Reed has become a major problem. Everybody but for Seth Rollins, and keep in mind the injuries that Seth has endured going all the way back to WrestleMania, and then what happened in August, and now this chaos. Just broke the record for the fastest destruction of our best job. Oh my God. Now the focus, obviously, is one of the biggest stars generationally in Seth Rollins. But you try and be ready for everything, but take another look back at what just happened. This attempted tsunami from Bronson Reed.
Look at the way that leg shot up like that. Or not leg, I guess side of the table.
Bronson Reed down, albeit temporarily. You have to think that is absolutely not the end of it for these two. And it's not the first time that we have seen him do that. But at the split second, Rollins gets out of the way. Now let's focus in on some of the recent happenings going on with the women's tag titles. Yeah, well, let's take you back to 1 week ago on Monday Night Raw. Now, this was the tag champs Belair and Cargill as they were doing battle for the tag championships against Damage Control. Now, on ringside, Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson got into the verbals with Io Sky, a cheap shot, and one KOD later. Here comes the pin success.
You know, I barely watched. I had Raw on last week, but I was in and out of the room. I wasn't paying attention to it. I took a nap. I barely watched any of Raw last week at all.
Ladies, tomorrow night on NXT, you'll have a match against Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, who arguably cost you the women's tag team championships. Is there anything you want to say to them before tomorrow night?
Lash and Jakara are just in the way. We are not done with Jade and Bianca. And soon, we will be women's tag team champions. And so...
Look at these two. You can respectfully go. Bye, Jackie. Why does Liv Morgan look so much bigger than Io Sky? What's going on here? What is this? Why are you... I mean, obviously shoes.
The Women's World Championship, I have Duddy Dom, I have Judgment Day, I have Raquel Rodriguez, and after I beat you at Crown Jewel, I'm going to have the Crown Jewel Championship too. Oh, I forgot you guys were here. I don't care.
Ah.
No, I don't care.
Liv, what a bitch. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Ugh. Come on, Io. Smack her face off.
You know, Raquel wants to be the tag team champions before Rhea crosses the titles.
You're disgracing the name Morgan.
That means we could be tag team champions again anytime we
Oh,
want.
my, うちらのこと舐めすぎだろ。We could fight them.
Tonight, yes, let's just make a tag team match right here. Liv and Raquel against Kyrie.
You want to fight tonight?
Liv, your laugh's annoying and your partner's not even that good, so F off.
Liv and Raquel, damage control tonight. Why not?
Yeah, Juliet, thanks. I saw that NXT booked the ECW arena. Okay.
A month ago, the New Day challenge for the World Tag Title.
Yeah, and I saw the dates too, because they run Tuesdays, right? And of course, we've got the big election here in the States coming up on Tuesday, November 5th. So I guess they're going to move it to Wednesday. What, go head to head with Dynamite? Because, I mean, I wouldn't, if I was a wrestling show on a Tuesday, I'd move my night too, because ain't nobody going to be watching that. Kind of a big day for us on that day, on the 5th. So I will not be working. I'll be home.
Championship. They're in action next against the monstrous AOP live here on Raw.
Right on. Okay, well, now that we got our first commercial of the night, I can say hello to everybody, like Ryan Adams, who joined the family. Thanks, dude. Jonathan Bahati, Tatanani's here, Michael Kumo, Gilbert Arbalo, we got Colin Wright, we got Big J, Daniel Barry Sports, David Brown, Ben Espinoza, Jose Lopez, Colin Wright, Joey DeLuca, Ricky Zalvadar, my boy K-Dogs Kennel, we got Rodrigo, Ajax Johnson, Chase, Rodrigo, Barry, MK, the Juliet, who else? JA 1987, Leon Gore, Garrett Osborne, I think I got you, Denny Downbad, Red Raven Rucker, Daniel Clark, Joshua Aparicio, William. And we got Colin Wright with $2. Oh, yeah, you asked me that already. Dodgers or Yankees. I don't really care, but maybe Yankees by like a hair. Just a hair.
So you'll have an emergency.
Zach Powgett, Joe Brill.
Here you go.
Good to see y'all.
No matter the reason.
Yachiro, what's up? Well, there's a lot of y'all in here I have not gotten to yet. Holy shit. Okay. Right on. Cool. Well, thanks for being here, guys. Happy Monday to all of those members with those nice little icons next to your name. Thanks for joining us. A little while ago, we watched Saturday night's main event. The final, really, Saturday night's main event, the final normal SNME from April of 1991. That was a fun one. And after that, it was really non-existent after that. But we'll start doing some more of those maybe on Mondays ahead of Monday Night Raw as we lead into WWE relaunching SNME in December. Oh, that's funny. Is the same guy that Reed used as a weapon against Strowman was one of the security guards out there? It doesn't surprise me. Good to see Brian Powers. Good to see Kyle Day. The fucking stupid. Well, that's what I mean. Politicians, do these stupid photo ops, but of course they shut down that whole McDonald's. He didn't work there for a day. He just went in there for a photo op to scoop fries. Have him open and set up. Have him open in the morning and break down at night. Have him clean out the grease trap. That's what you need to be filming him do. Not put fries in a bag and then yell out the window. And then somebody asked him about minimum wage. Well, what I saw was a really nice team. They did really great. There's nothing going on up there. But that was pretty funny. I guess if he's consumed enough McDonald's ketchup and fries, he should at least know how they're made. Chase Lions got lucky. Maybe they did, but Chiefs are the only unbeaten left, right? That was a big win for the Lions because that's a division game. Beating the Vikings yesterday. I hope they go to the Super Bowl, man. The Lions winning the Super Bowl, that's not something I ever thought would, a sentence would ever come out of my mouth. I got a chance. I want it to be Lions, Chiefs, and the Lions kill the three-peat. Yeah, a lot of people have Jey losing tonight. I kind of do too. I feel like the Bloodline should show up, cost him the title, and then he can go on to join the OG Bloodline. I saw the commercial for the chicken Big Mac. I don't know if I can eat a chicken Big Mac. So that means there's like 2 chicken patties in there and like bread in the middle. I don't know. McDonald's Big Mac hasn't changed much. It's still them 2 skinny ass little patties in there. An extra piece of bread in the middle. A moist maker? Okay, Jakara Jackson. See, I didn't know who the girl was with Lash Legend. Jakara Jackson? That's her name? Okay. Whatevs. I like the new look, though, NXT. I like the black and silver and sleekness of it. WWE can tend to, you know, overstimulate us sometimes with the production. So just having a simplified version. This I did see last week when Breaker was like, "You're sucking off your family's legacy." I'm like, he's doing what now to his family? I guess that is the main event tonight, right? The Samoans suck off. Oh, what a great name. What a great nickname. Welcome back, Lil. Lily, look how good she looks. Containers? All right, Lillian might be a little rusty. This is a #1 containers match.
Because the New Day now facing a time-tested team that's also trying to recapture.
And their opponent, representing Final Testament, Akam and Radar, the authors of Pain.
So this is I don't care who wins this #1 containers match.
So this is how we get going with the World Tag Team Championship #1 contender. So to be clear, the War Raiders have already qualified for next week's Triple.
You know, it'd be cool if YouTube would allow you guys to put like images in the chat. You know?
One of these teams is in the ring right now, and there will be another tag match later on tonight to decide the third team. The winners of the Triple Threat next week will get to face Judgment Day. That's right.
Oh yeah, Tony Chimmel and his championship. For the WWE Championship. I'm like, what the fuck is a championship? A belt for chimps? Joshua, I mean, not emojis. I put those in there. I mean, like, photos, like you and your mom or something. Or GIFs. Or GIFs or whatever they're called. Who's old and never messed around? Well, not even old. I was old when it was going on. But remember Instant Messenger, like AOL Instant Messenger? You could put pictures on that and shit when you're talking to your friends and stuff. I remember getting that and being at work, working with everybody at work, and then going home and getting online and talking to all the people I worked with that night. We were weird. Well, I definitely don't want New Day to win. Well, at one point, I can't remember when I stopped doing it. I think I was only into that for about a year. Because there was one specific job where everybody was on it, and I would be on it a little bit. But then, I can't remember when I stopped, but the little noise that the door would make when your friends would show up. Here comes Karrion Kross, lurking. So Kross kind of feels like he's got his fingerprints on the New Day stuff and The Miz. Is it going to be The Miz and Xavier and Kross forming a new stable? Oh, there's The Miz. Speak of the devil. Has he been there the whole time? All right. Raw continues as The Miz now shows up wearing all black. Joshua, yes, I did have a MySpace page. When it first came out, everybody was on the train, so I created one. And then the restaurant I was managing at the time, I made one for our restaurant because I thought it would be fun. You know, I went and, you know, friend requested all of our customers and regulars and, you know, decorated the page and everything. And I did it for my own, too. And I did like MySpace. I did. But that was probably only 2-3 years max. And then I was done. I shut down the space, moved over to Facebook. And now I don't do Facebook anymore either. I barely do it for the channel. You'll see, for those of you who follow our Facebook page, you are going to see stuff being posted over there. Again, routinely. I've got some assistants doing that. I'm going to do a lot of it myself, but I also have Maddie helping out. Posting our watch-alongs and things like that. So if you are not following our Facebook page, or you have not... Do we have followers or likes over there? Yeah, if you're not a follower of our Facebook page, it's in the description below. Go over there and follow Facebook, because my shit will be posted over there moving forward, because I just don't like the Facebook app in general, you know? So I just usually try to stay away from it, but it's important for the channel, so. I still haven't done a TikTok yet. But that might be next. I feel like with Instagram and TikTok, I'm too late in the game, you know? I waited too long. Was this Dakota Channing commercial or whatever this is? Who was in my top space on my MySpace at the time? I don't remember. I mean, I can definitely name 3 or 4 people that was on it, but I don't remember my top 8. It was usually like 3 of my friends. No, I'm sorry, probably 5 or 6 of my friends and like a sister, and it's probably it. Probably 7 friends and my sister. My best friend Ashley, my friend Jason, my friend Brett, my friend Daniel, my other friend Jason, my friend Travis, Eric. That's 8 right there. Shit, I ran out. Sorry, sister, you're out. But I even think by the time I moved to California in 2010, I had already deleted MySpace. So, what is this? Lou Holtz, what are you doing? What kind of commercial is this? CatholicsComeHome.org? Thank you, Lou Holtz.
USA is the new home of Friday Night SmackDown. It all goes down on Friday Night SmackDown.
Are they going to have to do a taping? Let me look at the calendar here. Are they going to have to tape SmackDown for Crown Jewel? Or is SmackDown in? Is it one of those things where SmackDown's in Saudi Arabia? That's probably what it is. Hmm. I have a couple of tweets today that are inexplicably blowing up. They're not even like great tweets. They're just random thoughts, but they're both performing really well, so I'm just kind of monitoring them. I don't know why. I can see why they opened with the Seth and Bronson brawl, because this would not have been a good match to open with. Look at Kofi. Who the hell are the tag champ? Oh yeah, it's new. It's Judgment Day. When did Kofi debut? 09? He's got, what, 15 years in at this point? That's crazy, man. He might have debuted in 08. 08 or 09, right? Maybe 06? How long has Kofi been in? Joshua, how dirty is Dirty Dom asking for a friend? Dom is right in between a nasty boy and a bushwhacker. Right in there. That sweet spot. That's how dirty he is. Oh, here comes R-Truth. R-Truth taking out Cross, too, and The Miz. Kofi's going to roll him up? No way. Nah, for fuck's sake. New Day wins. Okay, so 08 was around his debut. So, yeah, he's put 16 years in. I can see Kofi going 4 more. He'll put 20 in. Okay, it's too much of a close shot on R-Truth, which makes me think he's going to get nailed when he turns around. Yep. You should join Oh no, never mind, not join him. And Xavier's trying to hold back Kofi from... That's not our problem, man. Oh, okay. Wyatt 6 is coming out for this. I'm like, why did the lights go out? Look at Nikki Cross. Oh, wow. That's the most we've seen of Nikki's face. The Wyatt 6 in the final testament. Look at the Miz covering up, trying to get out of there. The Miz is not doing anything except covering up. Paul Ellering and the Miz are the only ones in the ring. Eric Rowan just bowls over both Authors of Pain. It's weird to see 2 guys like this get jumped and beat up. All right, so Wyatt Six and Final Testament are now brawling to the back. I guess that's going to be the next thing the Wyatt Six does. And Miz somehow survives all this. Who's behind him? Somebody's got to be behind him. Oh, Uncle Howdy. I forgot about Uncle Howdy. Oh, no. Paul Ellering just saved the Miz and is now eating a mandible claw. That's crazy. I was wondering why Ellering was hanging out in the ring. All right, commercial. 2 seconds. All right. Just had to adjust my window over there. Yeah, I don't know why Ellering made such a point to shove Miz out of the way. That doesn't compute. Unless Ellering is retiring and the Miz is going to take over as the manager of the AOP or the whatever their faction's called, Testament. Paul Ellering passed away tonight. I don't think it was that bad. He just got mandible clawed. No, I haven't. Ronnie Matthews, what's up? I did not know that Santana and Shango's Dark Match from Mania is on the YouTube. Is it on that Vault channel? The Vault is starting to stream shit on Sunday nights at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Like, just playing full pay-per-views. They played Halloween Havoc 98 last night, a show we've already watched together. But if one of those lines up and the show we're going to watch is the one we're playing, we'll just watch it on YouTube, I guess. I don't know. It might be easier. Oh, Colin Wright, this is the first time hearing about Hornswoggle's Legends contract, but my belief is WWE's signing up as many legends as they can to keep their fucking mouths shut in case they want to be interviewed about Vince McMahon. That is my theory on why all of these people are being signed to Legends deals. But WWE's not going to be able to sign. Vince had interactions with hundreds upon thousands of wrestlers over the years. You're never going to get all of them, you know? No matter how many wrestlers you sign to Legends deals, the media is always going to be able to find somebody who will talk about Vince McMahon. Like that Piers Morgan schmuck did the other day with 5 or 6 of the most unlikable personalities you could ever want in one place, yelling at each other. Quick, call Lisa Ling. Nope, the other one. I love to quote 30 Rock, in case you're wondering where all these random sentences come from. Red One, The Rock's new movie. Russell Vote says Raw will have an interesting ending. All right. Yeah, they had a little bit of info, too, on the Samantha Urban stuff today. They're usually pretty right about things. So if it's going to have an interesting ending, I'm wondering what that means. I mean, all this Wyatt merch, I'm guessing his family's going to get royalties until the end of time, which is good. That shit that I'm looking at right there, that's a video game? That is crazy. How?
Welcome back to Monday Night
Oh,
Raw.
Jackie.
Raw General Manager Adam Pearce. Adam, yet another chaotic start on a Monday night. How do you plan to get things under control here?
That's a great question.
Never mind.
Oh my God. Bronson and Seth still going. Still fighting. Fighting hard. Oh shit, I forgot. This isn't the same. Ha! There we go. I'll let you look at Rob for a second.
Busy sports week here. Flyers NHL action. Be against the Capitals tomorrow. 76ers against the Bucks on Wednesday. Of course, this.
Yes, thank you, Tessator, for the update on Philly sports.
Back in action wave. Chaotic night it has been already. Just as the
Look at Nikki up on the top.
were looking to wreck our trip, the Wyatt six forth out of nowhere, and the brawl ensued. Haymakers, bombs getting dropped left.
Haymakers.
To the ball went everywhere. It looked at one point like the majority of the final testament had been taken out, escorted rather abruptly out of the arena by the Wyatt Six, leaving one man, it seems, stunned in the ring. The Miz, a petrified face.
Yeah, I want to see this again. Ellering comes in, shoves him, and then gets mandible clawed.
Ellering arrived to shove Miz out the way. Poor precious Paul Ellering taken out by Uncle Howdy later to be carried out of this arena. And I'll tell you this, Joe, it has been bedlam, mayhem, and chaos from the up here on Raw. Yeah, we keep learning more and more about the Wyatt Six. The one thing, though, we know is when they lock it in a target, they seemingly take care of business.
I like the lady in the #1 jersey just dancing in between them. And the lady in the red hair in front of her just has a blank stare.
There's some serious family issues that are also getting this attention. Real fallings out in this group.
It's like, I don't like people watching. I think it's dumb, but I like people watching on wrestling shows for some reason. I'm like, I don't give a shit what people are doing. So many customers come in our restaurant, my restaurant, they want to be like out front so they can like people watch. And they say that all the time. We like to people watch. I'm like, why the fuck do you give a care what anybody's doing like when they're walking by? Talk to your wife. Have a conversation with her. Don't just watch strangers walk by. It's weird.
I'm your tribal chief now, and I'll always have a place for you and Roman in my bloodline. But all you have to do is acknowledge me. Why you have to go get them moves?
I love this. I love this line by Jay last Friday. It was so good. And if you keep talking like me, I'm gonna knock your ass out. So good. I mean, that woke up the crowd. That woke me up because I'm kind of casually watching it, right? And then he says that, and I'm like, oh, it's like that. They wouldn't show this replay, you know? If we're not going to see Bloodline members show up.
I'm proud of you. We all are.
And know ye.
Or, you know, what if instead of Jay dropping the belt at the hands of the Bloodline helping out Braun Breaker, what if the Bloodline comes out and then Roman comes out to help Jay and Jay retains because of Roman? Maybe that would get us the handshake and the alliance that we need. I don't know.
But I said what I said to the bloodline on Friday. It is what it is, right? But tonight,
Is the Intercontinental Championship slightly smaller, or am I right in the head?
by the end of the night, the people would hear.
It's hard to even see the IC title when Kathy Kelly is in the same frame, but you know what I mean.
Jay, ooh, oh.
Okay. I'm not cool enough to say yeet, so I don't.
Rhea Ripley says her business won't end with the Judgment Day until she gets her Women's World Championship back. Mamita, as long as I'm around, eso nunca va a pasar. That's never going to happen. Cost
Raquel seems bigger. That's not an insult. I think Raquel's hot as hell. But she got pretty slim there. Remember before she took time off? Now she looks like she's back to like when she signed with NXT. Which I like. I like women with size, you know? Women wrestlers with size, I should say. They can't all look like Candice LeRae and Liv Morgan. You got to have some heaters, man. You got to have some heavies. You got to have a woman Diesel. She's already big mammy cool. We need a woman to have the position on the card that Kevin Nash had. We need someone like that. Someone whose finisher is just a power bomb. Boy, this thing, look at this case it's in. Y'all, it's not that important. They're like pallbearing the belt to the ring. The way they opened it earlier, the way they opened it, and the guy that was standing in front of it like looks at it, goes, and then he like gives them the signal to close it. I'm like, really? For the Saudi belt? If I was in that match, if it was me versus Cody, okay? Main event of Crown Jewel, Greg Morgan, World Heavyweight Champion, Cody Rhodes, WWE Champion, and I beat Cody because you know I would. As soon as I got that belt, I would give it to the first kid in the crowd I could find that looks like he could use it or need it. You know, a needy kid or maybe a sick kid or some sort of kid in the audience. I would say, here you go, brother. This is for you. Hang it up on your wall. I don't need it. You could probably sell it for a good amount of money. Maybe help out your family. Although if he has front row seats, he probably doesn't need that much help. But you get my point, you know? Oh, look at that. WrestleMania 12. What is this? What am I watching? Look at these. They have lowrider cars? No, they don't. Kids today, man. You'll never know what it's like to only have 8 big, heavy rubber figures and have to pretend some of them are other guys if you don't have the figure that you need. For example, my Big John stud was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Kids today will never understand that. They'll just have everybody. They'll have all the figurines. I didn't have Demolition, so I took Bundy and George Steele and painted their faces. That was Demolition. Yeah, imagine if they did make the toy lowriders when Eddie was still alive. And then Eddie signed a bunch of them? Oh my God. Oh my God. I thought we'd have a bigger audience for tonight's Raw. People are not into Raw tonight? People watching football? Is there football and? No baseball. Just football, right? Hey, Chris Ludek. Thanks for that $5 a minute ago. Missed that one almost. I'll be in San Diego in 2 weeks to train BJJ. Just kidding. Me and Lashley in a grappling match. Who you got? Clearly strength is equal. So when it comes down to technique, yes, either that or handsomeness. You know, because that's how I judge a lot of things. And I mean, you and Lashley are both solid 8s, you know, on the 1 through 10 scale. Solid 8s, 8.5s, both of you. So yeah, you're probably right. It will come down to technique on that. Best of luck. I mean, he's got the age, you've got the age advantage on him being younger, but he's big, black, and beautiful. It's triple B. It's triple threat, man. You can't, it's really tough to be able to combat that. I wish you luck. Barry, speaking of merch, did I know they're still selling Brock merch? That doesn't surprise me. WWE's not going to not stop making bucks off of Brock, you know, in terms of like merch stuff. Yeah, throw it up there. They got to get rid of it. They had a warehouse full of the shit. If people want to still buy his stuff, let them. Put all the stuff on clearance, clean out your inventory. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's pretty much right up WWE's alley in terms of, you know, seeking, profit seeking and stuff like that. I'll be back in 1 second.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the team of Kyrie Sane and Io Sky. Damage Control.
Damage Control weight's been on top of their game lately. Io and Kyrie came out shortly ago that
Damage control. So if y'all got any damage and you need it to be controlled, you know who to call.
week of a lesson opportunity for the goal now is a nice to get back to winning ways. Easier said than done, however, against
I really love them, Io and Kyrie, but Io, her entrance is just not my favorite. I don't like the body spasming. It's just weird. I mean, if you're doing that, if your body is involuntarily doing that, you need to seek medical. And how you're cleared, how you're allowed to compete in a ring with involuntary full body spasms, I'll never know. And I want to know what kind of degree WWE's doctor has, because even I know that's probably bad. Just call me Gregory House. 15 years ago today, Kofi lost his accent. Oh, rest in peace. Ryan Adams, you got 5. If Tiffany were to cash in during Liv vs. Nia, could she win 3 belts? We've talked about that. There's so many different ways you could do that to make it really crazy. Like, here's another weird one. Like, let's just do an example here. Let's say Nia Jax beats Liv, wins the match, and then wins the Crown Jewel trophy. But then Tiffany comes out and cashes in and beats Nia. Is Nia still Nia would still be the Triple Crown, or not the Triple, the Crown Jewel champion? It's so confusing. She'd still be the Crown Jewel champion, but no longer the WWE champion. Or would Tiffy also be the Crown Jewel champion? And then if Tiffany turned the match into a triple threat and she wins, how many belts does she win? Did WWE think this through? I kind of think they might not have. But it definitely sets up a unique situation that could be the case every year. Think about that. WWE, Triple H said this is going to be an annual tradition. There's a really good chance that one of the Money in the Bank briefcase winners will still be holding the briefcase by the time this Crown Jewel show comes every year. So every year they're going to have potentially a scenario like this. I don't know if they thought that through. They might move this bullshit to another part of the year. I would do it before Money in the Bank. I would move this event, champion versus champion nonsense, to May. You know, May or June, and then do Money in the Bank in July. That's what I'd do. That way you don't have to worry about these situations coming up.
With our groundbreaking LMX technology, bringing hot, cold, and touch into one extraordinary seating experience. At XChair, we've got our eye on the future of work, so you can focus on the present. Visit xchair.com and shop our X-Tech office chair. It's loaded with advanced ergonomic technology and ready to be customized in 5 new colors.
There's a physical or
Yo, Zane G, it's good to see you back. I don't know what you're referencing there. More than 6 seconds, 10 seconds, but it's good to see your account back. Weren't you having trouble with it? I'm glad it's back.
called Disability Help Today. Get the Social Security disability benefits you deserve. Get connected with disability representatives nationwide without leaving your home. Social Security disability cases are time sensitive. Don't wait and call the number on your
I don't know why I'm so enthralled with this lawyer commercial, but I was. I'm not sure if I can really envision what Mina Shirakawa does in her entrance other than maybe that, and I'm fine with that. Doug unfunny. LJ and rubber figures were a weapon. They were. Those things were hard as hell. We used to dive for them in my like friend's swimming pool. I remember like throwing it, chuck them in the deep end, they'd sink, and you go down and dive and get them. Bundy sank the fastest. One of my old videos, it's 5 or 6 years old, I did like a kind of a video of some of the wrestling shit I have. And I showed all my LJN figures in that. Oh yeah, there's Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. Is she Lash because of the lashes? Or is she related to Lash LaRue? She's big and strong. She picked up Piper Niven the other night. I'm like, good lord. Look at Raquel. Where is Dom anyway? Is that the second botch for Lillian? She just said accompanied by Dominic Mysterio, but I don't see him. Yeah. First we had the #1 containers match. Now there's no Dirty Dom. It is kind of a weird dynamic with Nia and Liv too, right?
Industry's history, let alone add to that, of course, the bragging rights for being the first ever men's and women's crown jewel champion, the absolute top of the industry. Well, this tag match is a massive showdown among elites for Liv. She has her eyes on that prize that is sitting ringside. November 2nd in Riyadh, the incredible crown jewel, Diamond Evans studded belt.
Oh, the Dom's or the graphic said Dom too. Okay, so maybe she's not screwing up. It was just the #1 containers match. That's all. Zach, furthest I traveled to see a show, probably WrestleMania 15. I was living in North Carolina, and I made the drive up to Philly, and it was about 8 hours. No, I take that back. That's wrong. Detroit. When I was there for that show where they took me backstage and shit, I was living in North Carolina then, and we drove up there for a family reunion, and I caught a show while I was there. And since I was going to be there, I phoned up Vince's secretary, Beth, and told her I was going to be there, and she set up a whole thing for me. But I didn't travel for that show. I just kind of caught a show since I was there, so I don't know if that counts. But for WrestleMania 15, I straight drove there for that purpose. And then drove home. I still have my... WWE sent me my WrestleMania tickets because I got like a special... Things were way different back then. I got like a special pre-order thing or something. I got in somehow in some little club. And my tickets came in like a WWE letterhead, you know, and like a WWE envelope. It was very cool. I still have it. But I got my WrestleMania tickets mailed to me in 1999. They were in my mailbox. You know those things with a little flag on it? And a man or woman comes by once a day, sticks shit in there. That's how my tickets came. She's going to double suplex both. Or double Northern Lights them. Or just pick them up. Oof, that was close. Raquel feels a little off physically in the ring. She's been out for a while, though. She's somebody that I really want to be able to pull it together because I think her look is pretty solid.
Liv Morgan at the moment sees every woman on the roster wants a piece of Liv. Well, you need protection in a situation like that. Oh, what a bitch.
I mean, they're selling for her, but she doesn't. Raquel doesn't feel as strong as she used to be.
To the jaws of Io Sky and Kairi Sane, who have barely moved ever since.
Liv touching the belt. Hey, don't touch it too much because we know how that usually works.
That's what she's gunning for.
Soft drinks are just a buck at Wendy's. Any size, anytime. 3 p.m. Fanta, 10 p.m. Sprite, 7:46 a.m. Coke. Yeah, you're built different. Dollar soft drinks, any size, gotta be Wendy's.
I'm adding Downy Unstoppables to my wash. Now I'll be smelling fresh all day long. Still fresh.
Halloween Havoc 2000. I don't even know what went on that show, but I do not like that era of WCW. The final 2 years, I have very little interest in. Really, the final 3. But we do tend to watch some 1999 WCW shows.
You could go from point A to B, or you could go to point X.
Yeah, well, with Raquel, though, I kind of feel like this is kind of a reset. She's been out for so long. They've referenced a little bit of her history, with Morgan and stuff, but so far, when she re-debuted, they kind of had that goof up at the end of that match.
Your next X venture starts here.
I feel like she's not in the tip-top ring shape that she was in before. But then again, she's had a lot of issues. I mean, she really went through hell, I think, with that skin thing and really getting herself straight there. It was probably very frustrating for her. Couldn't get back in the ring. Couldn't be on TV. So I'm hoping that now that she's back, she's on TV, finds that groove, eventually she'll blossom into back to what she was. But a lot of times with wrestlers, you try to look for those improvements. Oh shit, am I that far behind? Holy shit. I just realized I was like 3 minutes behind. I was on a commercial break and holy crap, okay. I'm now live again. Oops. I'm just hoping to time back the reps, the matches, the minutes under her belt. She'll start putting it together because Raquel's got an awesome look. She should be printing money, man. Oh, wow, that drop kick. Missile drop kick from the apron to Liv Morgan. Oh, wow, and then she's going after La Parca or whatever her name is. Oh, and there's Lash LaRue. This entire match from entrance to interference has been a mess. Except for that last dropkick. That was awesome. I mean, if you ask me, if Raquel can't succeed as the big ass-kicking woman on the roster, then it needs to be this Slash legend here. Because look at the size of this girl. And she's strong. I feel like she could lose her lashes very easily. I feel like she's losing one right now. The lash extension. Is that what it's called? They're not doing a close-up on her face because she's got an eyelash hanging off of her. Oh, here we go. Legend and Raquel. Look at Liv. Oh, fuck. Now what do I do? Okay, Lash's eyelash seems to be fine. Now we got Ripley. Look at the meat. If these were men, we'd be talking about all the meat in the ring. Between Rhea and Raquel and Lash. Big, meaty women slapping meat. Does that work? I don't think it works. She just took her right out with a headbutt. Oh. Raquel is disposed of. Oh. Is this where we're going to see Dom save her?
Oh no. Just ragdolling Liv Morgan.
What? Liv gets out of this? Oh, no, she doesn't. Big knee strike.
From Rhea. This is a defenseless Liv Morgan. Who is about to get tortured in the ring. Oh my god.
Now she's got her, whatever that is.
It's a trap. Liv Morgan in sheer agony. Raquel doing her best to even the odds, but it may be impossible against a woman like Rhea. Bloody Ripley. You know how upset Rhea is with what's happened in Bad Blood. Her chance to get her
Yep.
championship back.
Like Liv has countered a couple of Rhea's attacks here. Now she's putting her in that move of hers.
Liv trying to get that arm. And another big blast with a headbutt from Rhea. Everything you throw at Rhea Ripley just bounces off.
Oh, now what's she going to hit her with it? The Riptide? There's Dom.
Oh, dirty Dom from out of nowhere.
Oh my God, that Latino cheat merch is awesome. Oh, she's going to put Dom in it?
Prison trap on Dom and locking it in.
Dom trying to get away.
He's caught up in the prison trap. Dom put his body on the line to save the damsel in distress.
I love his Latino cheat merch. That's awesome.
Three of them to deal with an enraged Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley still stands tall.
Oh, Lash played basketball? That makes sense. Fucking power forward. Jesus. Oh, you two. You know, I don't want to be too controversial here, but when it comes to Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed, and I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this because it's very harsh, and I don't want to be that podcaster that's so negative all the time, but I think Adam Pearce needs to put these two guys in timeout so they can think about what they've done. Okay, thank you, Adam Pearce. Now, what took you so long just to make the Crown Jewel match? It took an hour and 3 minutes into the show and 2 different backstage brawls, including the one they opened with. Or not including the one they opened with. And finally, Adam Pearce says, you guys can face each other at Crown Jewel. So I suggested something extreme, like putting both guys in timeout so they can think about their actions. But Adam Pearce chose to make them face each other at Crown Jewel. Choose whichever one you think would have worked best. Zelina. Good grief. Is that legal? Shouldn't be. She's doing it again. What is going on here? Lillian said that they were accompanied by Wild and Cruz, but they're not there. What's going on with Lillian? Are they fucking with her? Is Triple H just ribbing her? I really hated WWE's treatment of Lilia with that horse nonsense and shit. And if this is Triple H, you know, still getting his rocks off, messing with her, I don't know.
This place has seen it all. Rebels, risk takers, and innovators. Now, the House of Hardcore hosts the future of wrestling. NXT from the legendary ECW arena. If you know, you know.
Like, I think Triple H might be ribbing her.
Tickets on sale tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern, with pre-sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Scan the code for yours now.
Is Rollins versus Reed the equivalent of Reigns versus Strowman from some years ago? Maybe not quite, but it's kind of got those vibes. I really loved. That's when I fell in love with Strowman. And then I fell out of love with him a couple years later. But, you know, during that 2017 run there, I was like, man, Strowman, he's going to be the man. I was very much about him. I'm not finished with you. I'm like, we needed some just crazy batshit humongous guy, you know, running around, scaring the bejesus out of everyone. That's what we need. I want to be like scared in my own home of him, you know, like that type of thing. So
Everyone, customize and save hundreds of car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save.
Then I wake up.
And you have to stream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 liberty. You?
yeah, I always took deep offense to a lot of those stories of Triple H just giggling at the horse comments. I'm like, bitch, of all the people to be calling someone else a horse face. Have you looked your 4-foot-long schnoz in the mirror before? Like, Jesus, man. I'm like, Lillian's gorgeous. Okay, I can't listen to this sour cream commercial. It's too loud. Is Jericho's run in AEW starting to get like Ric Flair's and TNA? Starting to, maybe. I think Jericho was good for AEW in the beginning. He was a perfect first champion to have. He helped get the ball rolling there. He was a big name to attach himself to that. There's a lot of good he did there. But I'd argue the last 2 or 3 years have been pointless. And I'm just wondering at what point is like Big Bill going to turn on him and, you know, they're going to do something with Big Bill. That should be the whole point of this learning tree should be to make Big Bill. And they haven't done a whole lot, you know, like what they did with Wardlow, where you knew eventually he was going to be fed up with Max. You haven't seen that with Big Bill. But you're like, no, it's coming. I'm sorry, it's called Poof? Poop? What is this shit? Okay. Sorry, I'm watching commercials over here. Very interesting stuff. Yeah, I do not know how Lillian is 58. That's crazy. Oh, man. War Raiders. I kind of like that they're not crazy with the Viking. This is more normal.
Future without fear.
Like, if they're Viking enthusiasts, that's great for them. But I am not a Viking enthusiast, and I don't give a shit about this type of mythology and stuff at all.
Oceans conquering everything in their path.
But just a couple ass-kicking guys with like a couple leather jackets and a helmet, sure. Just don't come out with horns. Like, we don't need horns. Yeah, good to have the War Raiders back. Good. You guys are dressed a little more normal, not like crazy people. That's good.
You think that spirit of ECW died in bankruptcy court in 2001? You can all cough, beat, cough, 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 cough. Heyman put on a show that night. It missed the whole thing. Hey, women reign supreme in WWE's most viewed Instagram reels of all time, with 80 million views for Raquel Rodriguez, shocking our viewers when she picked up Nia Jax in 2023.
Now WWE's like, oh, look, here's our most viewed shit.
Powerbomb of Zelina Vega Backlash in 2023 with over 82 million. Rhea Ripley popping her shoulder back in place at SummerSlam, 95 million views.
What? Okay. Look at JD with his Beetlejuice pants. Raquel, no, stop. Raquel, you need some work. You need to tighten up your game a little bit. I have too much hope for you. Don't let me down.
Making another claim at the World Heavyweight Championship. What if I'm the one who beats them for the world title?
Yeah, what if Dom's the one? Carlito laughed.
I'm sorry. What do you even do around here?
Are they going to get rid of Carlito in this group finally? He doesn't make any
Let's just say
sense to be there. He's the cool factor.
I'm also fix it. As a matter of fact, I'll fix it right now. Dom, you're no champion. A real world champion in no time. No time to this.
I'm going to go talk to Pierce. Now, so did they drop the whole thing? Because last week, or the week before, whenever it was, Carlito, like, dropped his apple when he saw Raquel, remember? So is that not... Zelina. You saw, right? Yeah, okay. Now they got Trick Williams at ringside. Are turtlenecks back in style? Is it time? Oh, wow. Is it 2002 again? Is it 2001? Everybody's wearing them. The winter of 2001. You couldn't see a dude without a turtleneck on. I had 3.
And their opponent, being accompanied by Chad Gable and Ivy Now, the team of
Put your fists up for American Made.
American Made.
Wait, what was it about months ago that Chad Gable declared that American Made does not shy away from history they created?
Doesn't Brutus look like the neighbor you would call to ask him if you could borrow his hedge clippers? I feel like his name should be Corey. My neighbor Corey, he's got one of them new John Deere hedge trimmers there. He said I could borrow it anytime he wanted. I'm gonna go talk to Corey. Like, he just looks like your neighbor Corey who has hedge trimmers. He said if I ever need any extra dirt, he's got a whole mound of it in his backyard. Just help yourself. All dirt you can have. Free dirt. Joshua, does Greg whoop that trick? See, that's the thing. I don't know. Do I? Y'all are going to have to tell me that. And if I don't whoop that trick, how does one go about whooping a trick? Like, what's the first thing I do? You know what would be cool if there's still time to do it? I mean, if WWE really wants, like, they still have not found... It's 2024. We're sitting here in 2024, and we still have not yet found Rey Mysterio's successor. We're not even close to finding it. And for about a minute and a half there when Dragon Lee first came in, I'm like, oh, maybe it's going to be him. So what if Dragon Lee and Rey formed a tag team the way Darby and Sting did? You know, you get this, like, little run. You know, Rey is just still in the ring too much, but where you do a big retirement match, Ray and Dragon Lee against whoever the tag team champs are, and Ray wins and retires as tag champs, and then Dragon Lee forfeits the belts because he would never insult the memory of Ray by trying to defend him and find a new partner. And so he's going to move into singles, and now he's the new guy. I don't know. I mean, that Sting Alliance really helped Darby Allin, you know? Brutus looks pleased with himself about what he did there to Ray. Actually, let's look that up.
Some of the antics there from Brutus that does frustrate the older brother Julius, who seems far more focused. Brutus at times can add something of the goofball in there, but man, physically speaking,
it was okay. I was wondering what the date on Halloween Havoc was. It's October 26th, so in 5 days it'll be the 27-year anniversary of Ray and Eddie. That's awesome. Ray holding up the ropes like that to get that tope. Enough space to get through. Look at that. It's nice when your heels don't clip the top rope.
When you order Domino's online, we'll give you a free pizza to use in the future. So you'll have an emergency.
Lillian is 58. I know, right?
Here you go. No matter the reason, when life gives you lemons, Domino's gives you free pizza. Enjoy. Thanks. Sorry, Dad.
I'm really glad I was never a victim of somebody driving a car through my home.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
You go.
I wonder how many people per year are killed by a car
Go for the handful.
while sitting on their couch. 6? Like, what do you think the number is on that? Is that Vanessa Williams? Holy shit. Sometimes the snow comes down in June. She was awesome. Vanessa Williams. She had that song. That voice. Her and Mariah and Whitney. I want to go back to there. If you want a night out with the girls, just wear your Depends. We'll start doing commercial reactions when we start running out of ideas. This is the third time I've seen this commercial.
The future. The way you see it is said to depend on where you sit. At XJ, we think it also gets down to how you sit, which is why our technology is light years ahead. With our groundbreaking LMX technology, bringing hot, cold, and touch.
See what's going on in these games here.
At XJ, we've got our eye on the future, so you can
All right, it's 14-10 Ravens over the Bucks right now.
shop our X-Tech box.
And it looks like nothing in the Chargers and Cardinals.
Customized in 5 new colors.
That's what's going on the foosball.
They can't work due to physical or mental health problems, you may be entitled to Social Security disability. Call Disability Help today. If you can't regularly lift over 10 pounds, or if you can't stand all day long, you may be eligible for disability benefits. Disability Help today. Connect Social Security Disability Act.
Yeah, we have not done No Mercy 2001, I don't think. Rock and Jericho for the WCW title. That's right. Jericho wins it that night, I think, right? Or maybe Rock wins it back. One of the other, I forgot. I remember during the invasion liking that, just liking seeing Jericho win the big, because that's not something I ever thought he would have won when he was in WCW. So being able to win that was pretty cool. I don't think I could be the next Rey Mysterio because I'm too claustrophobic, and if I had a mask on, I feel like I'd suffocate and panic. So I wouldn't be able to do it. I couldn't wrestle in that. I got to be able to breathe. Ooh, big superplex in the ring, and Julius nearly lost his handle on Dragon Lee there as Zelina walks by. It's kind of impossible to ignore Zelina tonight, isn't it? I can't explain why.
Another glimpse of the power of Julius Creed in front of us here. Wait, look at this. Power is one thing. The wall techniques and the wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Hurricane Rana into the buckle.
Every angle you cannot count him out. Question being, can he get the tag to the Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio? Raring to get back into this one. Well, Brutus Creed is tagged in, and here comes Rey Mysterio.
Oh, wow.
Taking advantage against Brutus. Indefatigable human spirit of Rey Mysterio.
He's everywhere.
Completely improbable career. Broken.
Damn, Ray, the way he moves around.
Can he continue to progress towards tag goal with a new partner? Ray going up top. West Coast pop. And then a big forearm for Julius. Tornado DDT into the cover, hooks the leg for the win to advance. And the kick out at 2.
Ray is only 49. What? How is he 3 years older than me? Only. That's crazy. He's only 49? Oh!
Brutus just catching him out of midair.
Brutus, please don't hurt Ray.
Thickness of the man. Utterly devastating. And wow, moonsault from the big guy. Man, that big should never be able to pull that.
Double moonsault.
And his brother as well. Puts the leg for the win.
Dragon Lee in.
Dragon Lee. 2.99. Dragon Lee had to be on the money on that one. Thankfully for him, Rey Mysterio, he was.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Look at this.
Oh, he's going to stomp him. Nice. That looked good. Now he's going to do another dive. Top, over the top this time. 619 coming up. Oh, Chad Gable, you piece of shit. Zelina slapped Gable with the flip-flop. She's trying to get that flip-flop over. I don't think parents should be hitting their kids with chanclas, to be honest. My mom ever smacked me around with a flip-flop, I'd never speak to her again. Even if I deserved it. Nice tag. Nice upside down blind tag, sort of. Yes, let's get the win here. Yeah. I like that. Let's put the belts on them. Ray and Dragon Lee. Do a Darby Sting type of thing with them. Have them make a tag team, form an alliance. student teacher, pass the torch, stamp of approval, endorsement, all that stuff from the ultimate lucha legend to the future.
Next week, Ray and Dragon Lee versus the New Day versus the War Raiders.
Just set how upset Chad Gable, an American-made arm, but Lee and Mysterio stand atop.
I love how they got the old school wrestling cards on the wall now on Raw and SmackDown.
Figure out a solution. We're gonna figure it out. Okay? I'll give you my word. Thank you. Let me get through tonight. Thank you.
Carlito, what do you got to say?
I gotta learn Chinese.
I gotta learn Chinese. You're such an idiot. I gotta learn Chinese, he said.
Little birdie told me that you're looking for a new challenger for Gunther. Gunter, whatever his name is.
Whatever his name is.
Perfect guy. Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic versus Gunther. We know who Gunther's Survivor Series opponent is going to be. It is going to be CM Punk. That's who he's wrestling. That's who he's wrestling.
Exactly done anything to deserve that. And furthermore, if Dom wanted that opportunity, why are you here asking for it? What exactly are you fixing? Come on, man. Please, come on, man. Give Dom a chance. Please, come on. Yes, give him a chance. Please, 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 come on. Carly, I'll give Dom a chance. I'll tell you what, you let Dom know. Next week, if he can beat, say, a former World Heavyweight Champion, I'll consider putting him in another contest.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
So next week, if Dom beats a former world champion, Adam Pearce will consider putting him in a number one contenders match. Who will the former champion be? Seth? It'll probably be Seth.
Jey Uso with a chance to win back the Intercontinental
How many former champions are on Raw right now?
Any more confident going into this match? Knowing
Strowman's hurt.
Jey Uso has been somewhat preoccupied with his family.
I didn't come here for a cheesesteak. I came here to take back what's mine, and that's the Intercontinental Championship. I respect Jey Uso. I respect Jey as a champion. I think what he's doing is great. But Jey's not a focused champion. He's got all kinds of family drama going on, which is exactly
He's all that family drama, baby mama drama.
what belongs to me. Now, Jackie, I'm a badass. It's time to do what badasses do. So I just have one question for you. We got any dogs barking in Philly?
No.
Well, there may be some barking, but you know there's going to be some eating as well. A lot of it. It is now time for Braun Breaker to back up what he has said. You know this current Raw roster has many veterans who have been in this position before. You got Ray, Finn, Seth, all regaining the Intercontinental Championship in their career for a second run. But it's this young, soaring Breaker who's going about it differently. The only way he knows, with unparalleled.
Well, it is bottom of the hour here, so that means we're looking at a 30-minute main event with commercials. That's a lot happening there.
Super spear after super spear to get back in the ring with Jey Uso.
Oh, it's going to be Damian Priest. You might be right, Jonathan. I mean, I'm pretty confident in CM Punk only because CM Punk brought up Gunther's name when after that strap match, and I'm like, well, why would he do that? You know, like they're just planting the seed for that match, but they got to do the Hell in the Cell first, got to do Crown Jewel first. So I felt like all along it was going to be Punk and Gunther. Priest getting another shot. Sounds like Adam Pearce is in the process of making number one contender matches. So Punk, how is Punk going to get a title shot if he doesn't win that? So maybe Priest wins, and then Punk is added and it's a triple threat or something, but I feel like it's got to be Punk. But you also got to think about Saturday night's main event. They probably want to have something big on that show too. So you could just do it there. Maybe Priest and Gunther can do Survivor Series. Punk and Gunther do main event. I don't know. But I feel like Punk is going to be close to the next in line after winning that feud with McIntyre. Could also be Royal Rumble. You never know. Depends on how long Punk is going to be off. And McIntyre, for that matter. And when McIntyre comes back, what is he going to do?
On Friday Night SmackDown. Live Fridays at 8 only on USA. Make a big move.
Do you believe in magic?
Yeah, Punk might not be back before Crown Jewel is over. I don't think he's coming back till after the pay-per-view. And the pay-per-view is not far off. It's November 2nd. And so next week is going to be Dom's match against the former world champion. And then if he wins that, Pierce will consider putting him in a number one contenders match, which at the earliest will be the following week. And after that, it will be after Crown Jewel. So I feel like it's got to be Punk.
$20. It's easy to switch to consumer self.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold. Dayquil, Vapor? It's Dayquil. Muscle brush for
But I also think Kevin Owens needs to win the title. I think he needs to beat Cody for the championship. So depends on how they want to balance all that out, which match happens where and where these title changes take place.
every phone can be the new iPhone 6.
And a lot of people are talking Gunther and Cena at WrestleMania, with Cena getting the win.
Switch to Verizon and get the new iPhone 16 Pro and get a new
And I don't know, man. I just think beating Gunther is such a big deal. I don't know if I want to waste it on Cena.
I think we missed
Is that zombie twerking?
Sorry.
When your home gets bugs, the struggle is real. That's why you need Zevo, America's #1 trap. Zevo goes wherever bugs do, working 24/7 using blue and UV light to attract and trap flying insects with no odor and no mess. And even getting rid of the bugs you didn't know you had. For effortless protection.
Clone Force, yeah, I feel like it's going to be Sammy saving Jay, or
Bug deadly.
at least trying to.
Chase the bugs, try
Maybe
Zevo.
Jimmy. It'd be cool if everybody showed up, but it just depends on how they do it.
I always recommend all pre-clear.
Jay still needs to be convinced. Jay still needs to come around and rejoin Roman and Jimmy, and he hasn't gotten there yet. So what's going to make him come around? Is it going to be losing the championship here with the Bloodline costing him, and now he wants revenge on the Bloodline, so he's willing to reform with Jimmy and Roman? Or is the Bloodline going to interfere and Jimmy or Roman or both show up to help him retain his championship, and out of appreciation, he joins them back?
It's all about change. And we get it.
I feel like the more likely scenario is the Bloodline costing Jay,
What if we embrace
but we'll see.
having it all figured out? Wherever this time of year takes you, we're here to help.
Joshua
you
Aparicio,
in style.
you have been a subscriber of mine and a member for how long now? You're asking me if I played a Dragon Ball Z game? What is that? Dragon Ball what? Dragon Ball game on the PlayStation 5 recently?
Goldfish.
I never had a PlayStation 1.
Together as one.
I have this.
Goldfish crisps.
You want to talk video games? If I can play it on this, I'm your man.
Taste how
Otherwise,
does chips.
me no comprehend. I don't even know what Dragon Ball means. I don't know what the object of the game is.
But two championship rematches.
Williams and Page are going to dance with the devil for the NXT Championship. The North American title will be defended at Halloween. Tables, ladders, and stairs.
And for the first time ever,
That dude, yeah. I saw the McDonald's stuff. Guinness World Record says nobody's eaten more fries than me, so I wanted to learn how they're made. And plus, when I get mad and throw ketchup, it's only fancy ketchup. So I wanted to go where they produce the fancy ketchup. I don't know, man. Politics is a circus. No, I don't know Pokemon either. I don't know any of that shit.
Heavyweight champion and man
Here's
who is
Gunther.
set on becoming the first ever crown jewel champion. Of course, I'm talking about the ring general Gunther. Gunther, do you have a response?
Do each one of these lockers have like their personal oh, those are probably USB
Cody does it every single time.
chargers. I thought it was like a
Closest to-
temperature setting.
to his business matters. Mentioning his daughter as his reason why was totally unnecessary. That guy, I think, just loves the drama. It has nothing to do with his family, but it has everything to do with a generational champion versus champion match for the newly established Crown Jewel Championship. And it's also on the winner to establish the legacy for the new championship. And no disrespect, Cody is a fantastic champion. He's on top of his game right now. But if we're all honest, the title that he's holding, that legacy has been established long before his time. I think he's just one of many. Unlike me, I am one of one. Everything I touch turns into gold. So yes, I will be in Brooklyn on Friday.
Like, here's the thing. I want Cody to drop the belt to Owens, but he can't lose to Gunther also. He can't lose both of those matches, you know?
Take it easy. Ain't nobody walking in here to smack you up.
Speak of the devil on Priest.
Not yet. I got no issue with you anymore, man. My issues were with the Judgment Day. I handled that. So now, it's only fair I should get back what I should have never lost in the first place. Yo, before you say anything, I ain't looking for a handout.
Oh, yeah, Priest is a former world champion.
Just like I earned every
I'm like, how many are there on Raw?
So go to Crown Jewel, handle your business, and come back. You are gonna have a problem with me. Matter of fact, you're gonna have a big problem when I once again become El Campeón.
I do kind of like these two, the dynamic.
Good for you.
The Puerto Rican and the German. Two big monsters. I really like Damian Priest.
And you know the task for Gunther against Cody, but then Damian,
I just like him.
one former champion seeking his own title to another. There's Braun Breaker.
Like, I'll never be upset if he's champion. Anytime he's got a belt around his waist of any kind, I'm going to have very little negative things to say about it.
What we were referencing about becoming a second-time IC champion, there's the list of the active multi-time intercontinental.
The Miz with 8 IC titles. That should also be illegal.
Have to have great patience while you're
That and Zelina's outfit tonight.
a pipe gathers. It has turned into an unequaled appreciation for rallying High Point every time Jey enters an arena. And now
We don't get the big thing from him? No from the outside, walking through the crowd with the camera? He's just straight through the entrance here. Yeah, this could be bad.
And this has been the battle cry that has fueled him.
It's still kind of crazy to see a WWE audience like fully invested in giving a shit again. Like, it was just
Those lyrics,
took so long to get back to this.
it's just me, Oos. It's on me now, Oos. And that's what has made this so special. He alone
Such an interesting haircut choice by Jay there.
on Jay's terms. And the love these fans are showing, it reflects that.
He on his own, along with about 15,000 yeeters, pulling him along to victory. And boy, oh boy, is he going to need every single one of them if he's going to be victorious once again against the badass woman.
It is so crazy how this looks like it could be AI because Lillian just looks the exact same, especially in a wide shot. It just looks like our Attitude Era ring announcer is just sitting here right here and hasn't changed a bit.
And now, the rematch. For the official introductions, here's Lillian Garcia.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Intercontinental
Look at how good she looks. 58? Are you kidding me?
Introducing first,
That is just crazy.
from Atlanta, Georgia.
She looks 32.
50 pounds.
She looks younger than me. Braun Breaker. Even she hates that name. Lillian knows.
From San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, he is the Intercontinental Champion,
Welcome back, Lil.
Jey Uso.
That is what is on the line. It means so much to Jey Uso, the Intercontinental Championship. Won it back on September 23rd. And Wade Barrett, I offer this to you because it's been puzzling to try to get a handle on Braun Breaker, the badass, lately. So Jey takes the belt on the 23rd. A week later, we're broadcasting Monday Night Raw. And Braun comes out and everybody thinks, okay, here we go. They're going to get after it again. And instead, the two shook hands. Then Jey...
Yeah, that one little brief moment of professionalism by Braun made us think, oh, he's going to be babyface. I still think he's better as a babyface, Breaker. So maybe he's got to get through this match, get the belt back, and then he'll move into a babyface situation.
The respect he gave Jey was reciprocated, and as a result decided to do...
You know what would be cool? You know one way they could do that? They could get Breaker to be a babyface.
Takes immediate control. This one continues on Raw.
Like, maybe if the Bloodline costs him or something, and Breaker doesn't see it, and then Breaker wins the match, and he's celebrating with the title, and as he's leaving, the Bloodline jumps in the ring and starts attacking Jey, and Braun Breaker comes back to save Jey. And then Jey's motivation to rejoin Roman and Jimmy still stands because he wants revenge against the Bloodline who cost him the title, but you could also have Breaker not realizing that the Bloodline helped him win and get pissed and come back and take them out. Imagine Jacob Fatu and Braun Breaker. Holy shit. That could be a fun face-off. I'm not sure if we could handle a Braun Breaker versus Jacob Fatu match. We might all have to be rushed to a medical facility.
I want back in the fire line as fast as possible. Oh, here's a free man.
Got your shot at the Edgewater training program.
You don't get to be a solo operator anymore. I'm ready to claim my legacy as a firefighter.
Ooh, cocky. Cocky's good.
We started this together. So how we met. Fire Country. New episode on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
It's mesmerizing. Cleaning that greasy mess with Dawn Platinum.
And not even scrubbing.
Fluff my feathers. It cuts through the slimy stuff better than their old dish soap, removing 99% of grease. That's why only Dawn is trusted to save wildlife.
Amazon fall favorites are here.
With JJ, that I'm not sure how the Lillian stuff came to be because we heard some reports, although it's been mostly hearsay on my end because I had a busy 3-video day today, but sounded like the word is Lillian is permanent. There's no way they would have been able to pull all that together in a matter of hours. If Samantha showed up today and say, hey, I quit, and then they're like, oh, let's get Lillian back. It just seems like they weren't completely blindsided by this. Maybe this is something that's been in the works for a couple of weeks, a couple of days, and WWE knew of Samantha's plans, and tonight was just the night that she announced it. Don't really know.
Hi, I'm Damian Clark. I'm here to help you understand how to get the most from Medicare.
Rodrigo, we only got a couple weeks left until this fucking circus is over, so let's try not to talk about presidential candidates when we're watching Raw. Unless we're making fun of the one stupid one. Otherwise, I don't care.
Our plans combine original Medicare with extra benefits. The single convenient plan with $0.
Hopefully on November 6th, we can finally
Prescription drug coverage with $0
get back to normal.
on hundreds of prescriptions. Plus, there's
And if you don't live here in the U.S., I am envious.
plans include
I wish I was you.
vision, even hearing coverage. There are $0 copays for in-network preventive services and much more.
I wish I was in England having a pint and some fish and chips right now,
Medicare Advantage.
watching the football on the
Today you'll learn more.
TV, and
Annual enrollment for Medicare Advantage.
I have a spare tire in the boot of my car. I don't know. I can't fit in.
A more human way to healthcare.
Can I get a bottle of water? Joshua, yeah, I don't know if really a 2-week notice is going to apply in WWE like it would the rest of the world. It just depends. I don't know how contracts are structured. I don't know if you're allowed to just quit. I would think even announcers are on contracts. So it might have been a release request that was granted. But she might not be able to work anywhere else until what her contract would have been expires. There might be a long no-compete. We have no idea. I haven't read any new news other than what we talked about today.
More than just the weight of a title for Jey, there is legacy attached. There is family pride attached.
There's also the fact that it was
Telly. Thank you, Brian Powers. On the telly. I'm like, what is it called? I knew it. On the telly.
won his first singles championship and defending it.
I watched Ted Lasso. I learned a little bit of
Proposition.
what to say.
Kind of caught Bron Breakker by surprise with that victory 4 weeks ago. It's very hard to catch a man
Hannah Waddington. Oh my God,
twice.
she's on my list.
For the majority of the early going here in this championship match. 4 weeks ago, he lost this.
I think she'd be amazing, like wrestler. Like if somebody who looked just like her was a women's wrestler and like a champion, she'd kick the shit out of Charlotte.
Uso from the
She'd fuck her up.
to happen in Bron Breakker matches. He does not stay down for long.
So interesting when you size up rematches, Wade. They're all different. Sometimes they can be an extension to where the first match left off.
Breaker's going like this, and the dudes in the front row are like looking up, like, what's he looking at?
You read that with Bron Breakker with what you've been seeing.
I think Bron Breakker's ego was hurt by the fact he lost that championship. He
Yeah, this is the same building, right? I was in this building for WrestleMania 15. They have not changed buildings for the Sixers and Flyers in the last 25 years, right? Still the same place? Used to be First Union Center.
For Jey Uso.
When I went to WrestleMania, I think it was First Union Center.
Bron Breakker's just having it all his own way right now. And we've seen Jey Uso take a hell of a lot of beatings over
Yeah, we got to get Becky Lynch soon. Where's she? Seth is back, so you'd expect the Beckers to be back. I don't think we'd see her back tonight, obviously, but maybe after Crown Jewel, or maybe it's just going to be a Royal Rumble thing. Maybe that's what they're waiting for. At this point, you might as well.
The knees were driven in. He was sent into the buckles. He had
I'd make her number one.
that lower back. Now Jey Uso potentially a rallying moment here with the
Because I think most fans would be able to figure out that she would be a surprise entrant in the Rumble. But one way to really surprise us is have her be number one.
But Bron Breakker does not give a damn what they want.
Oh, don't do that, Breaker. He got off the cover to do push-ups. Now, many weeks ago when he lost the title, we talked about this being part of the transition into him being a smarter, more babyface wrestler and not be too fucking stupid.
He knows full well that Jey Uso would have kicked out on that. And he's mocking Jey Uso, causing damage to the psyche of Jey Uso. Yeah, you're the champ, but you're simply not on my level. That's the message.
former Intercontinental Champion. Won the title defeating Sami Zayn at SummerSlam. But then now here's the cover with the hook and leg, and Jey does indeed kick out.
This is just turning into a highlight reel performance from Bron Breakker thus far, who is having way too much fun for a man who lost his championship 4 weeks ago and now has the opportunity to win it back.
Look at this level of athleticism. He is dynamic. It's
I had a kind of a scary thought. Next week, Dominic is going to face a former world champion. For them to say that means that the fans at home can kind of deduct who this is going to be, because there's only, I believe, 3? Help me on that. 3 former world champions currently on Raw right now. Priest, Rollins, and Strowman. Strowman is injured. Kofi. Okay, Kofi. Kofi's another one. There might be more. Okay, Kofi. There's another one. Kofi's probably who it's going to be. But what if it was Goldberg? And then Goldberg wins and gets the match with Gunther. But then Goldberg would have to advance to the number 1 contender. Yeah, it's not Goldberg, but it probably will be Kofi. McIntyre. There's another one. Punk. There's another one. Okay, never mind. I'm wrong. There's like 10.
Looking for the superplex as Jey tries to neutralize that effort.
It should be CM Punk then. That's who it should be.
That's just unfair.
Oh, top rope Frankensteiner by Bron Breakker into the cover.
Ah, top rope Frankensteiner misses.
You can see the disappointment as Breakker nails
I think it might be, yeah, Ray. Ray is another one. Oh, shit, there's a shitload of former world champions. Okay. You know who I think it might be is CM Punk. I'm the one that said Punk is going to face Gunther at Survivor Series. You got to get there somehow. Punk showing back up, beating Dom in that match next week, and then Punk advances to a number 1 contenders match. That would be weird for Punk to do all this work on Raw. That might not work either.
So you'll have a free pizza.
Yeah, it could be Drew, but then Drew's going to be back in the mix, and I feel like Punk's going to get a title shot before Drew will. So I don't know if McIntyre would work. R-Truth is technically a former NWA champion. That is true.
Twisted tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea and 5% alcohol to kick off your game. Twisted tea, hard iced tea. Keep it twisted.
A Chewy pharmacy order is en route for Summit, who loves the outdoors. So her parents use Chewy to save 20% on their first order of flea and tick meds. Delivered fast so Summit never misses a dose. Or an adventure. For quality meds, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
This tweaking zombie.
Now, sorry.
Look at the skin, baby. She is glowing. She is.
I live in a super crazy, weird, small cul-de-sac that's separated from the rest of like the neighborhood it's attached to. It's really hard to describe. So we don't get any trick-or-treaters over here. I've lived here 4 years. They're all behind me, but in order to get to our front door, you got to go like onto the main road. So it don't really work.
Goldfish and chips. Together as one. Goldfish crisps. Light and airy. Totally irresistible. Taste how goldfish does chips. Next on the season finale of USA's Home Alone. The fun fun you adore one more challenge.
Yeah, Punk versus Gunther could be done at Saturday night's main event. That would work. I feel like that's got to be Survivor Series, though. 1 year after he returned, title shot against Gunther. That's just what I felt like they set up prior to the Hell in the Cell match. I felt like they just pre-planted that seed. So if Punk wouldn't have said what he said and called out Gunther on that Raw, then he might not even be on my radar right now. But the fact that he did that, I'm like, it's Punk. In my mind, it's Punk. And so Priest is another guy. So it just depends on how WWE wants to balance it out. And it also depends if they have any plans on taking the belt off of Cody. They might want, a Punk title shot to be on a separate show of Cody losing the title. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. But Saturday night's main event, I want to see a big match. I would love to see Kevin Owens win the championship from Cody on Saturday night's main event. That would be great. Who's coming? Bloodline, right?
as is the crowd.
Oh, and they got Solo's got tickets.
Flanked by Jacob Fatu, his enforcer. He says, no, we want tickets to be here in Philadelphia.
Well, Berkeley is here to support his brother Jey Uso.
You saw the exchange that they had on Friday night when Jey rejected efforts, and now in the middle of a championship title defense, he's engaging with Solo.
I'm trying to help you. Solo, you're such a dick. Wow, Breaker and Jacob Fatu are awfully close together there.
Solo made it quite clear he's here to help Jey. Jey told him previously, I want nothing to do with you.
They are? They're taping Raw in Saudi on Sunday after Crown Jewel? They are? That's crazy. Oof. And now Tama's over there, or Tongaloa, excuse me. Oh, super kick to Tonga. That's gonna be oh, there's Tama Tonga. That's gonna be trouble for you, Jey.
Here's over again, and Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu in the midst, and now he's over the barrier.
Solo is now over the barricade. Why is the referee allowing any of this nonsense? Oh, there we go. Breaker nailed Solo. I just need a Breaker and Jacob Fatu face off or something. Look at Jacob looking at Breaker. Look at this. Oh, wow. Get these two to face off, please. This is what I mentioned earlier. I'm like, oh, come on. Acknowledge each other. Breaker took out Solo with a spear. That was badass. Is Jacob coming? Come on. Yes. I'm getting my wish. I mentioned it before the match started. I'm like, Jacob and Breaker. Holy shit. Crowd now finally is waking up like, oh shit, this is a big deal. Now this is awesome. Jey comes in, takes them both out. Well, I'm glad we got that tease. That's all I wanted. Yeah, the fans love that. I was wondering if they were going to kind of recognize what's about to happen here with just the Jacob and Braun Breaker face-off. Oh, got the knees up. Oh, no. He's going to do his 40-mile-an-hour spear. Leapfrog. Super kick to the chesticles. Another one. Spear of his own. Samoan style. Is he going to retain here? There's no way. There's no way he's going to retain. Nope. He's going to lose a belt. There's too many Bloodline members out there. Y'all got 2 minutes here to go home, so you better get on it. And here comes, who's this? Pierce? He's going to get physical? With who? Daivari? Kenny Dykstra? Actually wouldn't be a... They could definitely win the trios titles in AEW for sure. Pierce, Daivari, Dykstra? DDP, Daivari, Dykstra, Pierce? DDP. Trios champions, AEW. So this isn't good for Jey. You better see Jacob and Solo are still lurking. Uh-oh. Oh, Jacob nailed him. You saw him kind of lurking there. Samoan drop on the table. I mean, do we have an overrun here for Raw, or what's going on? Am I behind? It looks like we got 1 minute left. Unless he's just going to take him right in and pin him right now. That didn't even look very good, but he hit it. Breaker's the new IC champ. Well, that kind of went exactly the way we thought. I hinted in the title and the thumbnail that both of these things would happen. He'd lose the belt and the Bloodline would show up, and they did.
Sikoa's message has to be, it didn't have to be that way, Jey. We came down to help you, and you threw it back in the face of the Bloodline. Jacob Fatu with the super kick and the Samoan drop on the table behind the referee's back, followed by this
Kind of a weak spear to close it out. And Breakker has now won back the Intercontinental Championship, and he's a two-time champ now, just like that. Wow. All right, there we go. And now he gets the blue championship. Right on. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate you being here this evening. I might put up another little bit of content here before the night is over. I got a short or two I could bust out. Other than that, thanks for a really long day. Thanks again to the members who were here earlier this afternoon. We watched an episode of Saturday Night's Main Event together. I also dropped a video on the Samantha Irvin WWE departure earlier in the day. I did it so fast because I was in such a hurry to get it done before the watch along for Saturday Night's Main Event that I misspelled the overlay. I just left it in. I'm like, fuck it. It happens. Things happen. So I left out the R in departure, so it says departure. But I saw it before it was done, but I'm like, I'm just leaving it. We're just going to roll with it today. So it was a big news day, lots to discuss, lots to do, and I appreciate you guys being here for all of it. We will kind of keep our eye on the situation with Samantha Irvin and what the details are in that, and once we get some more, I'll come up here for, another mic drop or something before we get to our podcast, and I will also post you a link in the next day or so for Sunday's watch along. We're going to do probably a Halloween Havoc. I'll find one more to do, and we'll get back to the Sunday watch-alongs this weekend. We'll have a podcast, of course, on Saturday, and you'll probably see me a couple of times before then because there's lots going on. So anyway, you guys have a good rest of your night. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll be talking to you